Between the graduation parties, the summer camp deposits, the vacation planning, May has been dubbed Maycember on social media. Families shelling out as much money now as they did ahead of the holidays.
We spoke with financial expert Jill Schlesinger about the phenomenon and how to responsibly cover all those bills. The concept of Maycember is taking over social media feeds everywhere. As families struggle to keep up with schedules and end-of-the-year celebrations and pay for it all without going broke.
Well, I always discount this. Oh, it's soft data, or this doesn't mean anything to the economy, but it is real in terms of your experience of living in the economy, and that is that a bunch of bills pile up towards the end of the academic school year.
CBS financial analyst Jill Schlesinger says between President Trump's tariffs, inflation, and general economic uncertainty, this Maycember may actually leave a mark on the economy.
If you're complaining about it, you're like, oh, it stinks. I had to pay all this money for my kids' stuff, but you're still spending money in the economy freely, no problem. But if all of a sudden these May bills really cause you to pull back during the summer, that could actually slow down economic growth.
Well, and didn't we just hear from Target and Walmart that they're worried about this exact thing you just described?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you look at the retail corporate earnings reports, what we know is that they are worried not so much of what's happening today, but they're very concerned that because of the tariffs and prices going up, that consumers are going to feel under pressure.
Schlesinger has advice for families that doesn't involve using a credit card.
Hopefully you've got some savings. Even if you had to dip into it temporarily, I think that would be a much more preferable way of going forward than getting into credit card debt. I also don't love the idea, you know, people will say to me, well, I'll borrow from my retirement account, from my 401k. I don't love that idea. I mean, if you had to and it was an emergency, sure. These are not usually emergencies. I also think that we are seeing more and more evidence of this. You know, I host a podcast and people come on every single day and they tell me this. More and more evidence of multi-generational financial planning, where really, like, you go to your parents and you're like, look, I love you. I know that I'm in your will. I'd rather have the money now to help my own kids out.
So I conducted a highly unscientific poll among people about this advance on the will. It turns out a lot of parents like the idea because they get to see how their money is being used to help their grandkids. It seems sort of like taboo to ask your parents for you know, the money early. But a lot of people I talked to said, I'd rather see my kids benefiting from it, my grandkids benefiting from it, as opposed to waiting until after I'm gone. So it's a novel idea.
Well, how much can you actually take with you when you go up to heaven?
I've heard zero, but,
Zero's the
you know.